He got it!
Tremendous junior college year last year after committing to play for Oregon. Now Pritchard, the breakdown, goes in the... which ran and made it all the way to the Sweet 16 in the NCAAs last year. It was their defensive metrics. It took me 4 minutes to get that word in. We're pretty good. Pritchard.
He and Francis Okoro to go along with Payton Pritchard, the senior.
There's one up, of course. Pritchard.
He never wore orange.
Pritchard up to Okoro. Nice lead, and Okoro
Press. That's what they want. Quick jump shot.
Pritchard. Nicely done. So
they picked it at the wrong time. The coach is always talking about finishing halves, and Oregon is doing an excellent job right now.
Oh, nice move by. Nice job to get him another shot. Now Pritchard runs. Fresno State back. Pritchard still gets in. Play Justin Hudson must walk with his team. I mean, quick up pass shot. And this is
5 minutes in the first half.
Pritchard. There he is.
5-3. Plenty of time on the shot clock for Pritchard. Takes that pick. Boy, he was able to for Boise State. How he has developed is unbelievable. And Pritchard for the Oregon Ducks, the 6'11 freshman. At the end of the quarter, most probably. Pritchard. Oh! Pritchard with the pick. Pull up. Yep. Pritchard, NBA 3.
3/4 court pressure by Oregon after the made field goal.
Well, Pritchard kept the dribble alive and just keeps on.
Had to drive him.
And he does. And he gets it up off the...
Took off, didn't go rebound, but he really did a good job. Great pass.
And the left-handed...
And these weaves out front. Memphis is switching everything, so you just want to get the matchup you like. And Lewis come in there. He's an excellent defender. And then Kerry Blackshear got another switch, and Wiseman all the way out on...
5 on the shot clock. Pritchard.
Yes!
Offensive glass.
ASU beating the Oregon women in 5 sets. Pritchard putting it up with Okoro on the board.
Did everything to put it in.
Pritchard at the other end going up.
Oregon really cut up Memphis on their underneath out-of-bounds execution.
Yeah, they had 3 buckets. Pritchard, a senior. So much turnover in his time here. He does. Pac-12 33-4 in non-conference play. There's Pritchard. Pritchard drained. Taken away by Mathis. To his buddy Pritchard, who lays it. Pritchard at the other end. They didn't get uniform tonight for the first time. A walk-on at Oregon. Payton Pritchard with a long 3. Ball screen. And now Mathis with 7 on the timer. Back to Pritchard. He operates against Warren all the way. The right hand scoops.
Assists, 400 rebounds. Only 2 players in Oregon history have done that. Payton Pritchard and the great Ronnie Lee.
And he's pebbled with the ball. Scoopy Arlington. That's far fewer turnovers. Pritchard with a Walker and Patterson. Couple of super flosh in the game for Oregon. Pritchard on the drive. Nice move by
once again, making sure that you keep Houston off the offensive glass is Pritchard with another 3.
On the Houston pick. Pritchard on the drive, all the way, reverse, lay it up.
Defenders, and Oregon had to kind of get back up off the canvas and made a close game towards the end, but that's definitely not been the vibe this time around in Matthew Knight.
Pritchard creating his own shot. Nice pass.
Walker from Pritchard. Duarte. No good on a 3. Here's Pritchard back in off the bench. Pritchard. Pritchard with an answer. And again, Corey Kispert 7 for 8 from deep for Gonzaga, which will face the winner of this game. Pritchard. 2 for 3 for Reynolds at the line. Under 2 to play. In the Bahamas, winner gets Gonzaga. 4 Eastern semis tomorrow. Pritchard.
As well as any freshman Mark Q has had in a long time.
Good hands, Payton Pritchard. Grabs it, goes the other way, left. It's been mainly Gonzaga here
In about the first 10.5 minutes, Pritchard gets into the paint, flips it up.
You got back to the hotel at 1 o'clock last night for Oregon. Digest it and make sure you play the right way now.
Pritchard knocks that down.
An offensive rebound opportunity.
Pritchard goes to work, gets inside.
What a find.
Kicks out, great find. Bam, bang!
Entire game. A 40-minute game. It wasn't a half. An entire game.
Pritchard step back, soft. Shot clock winding down. Richardson down. Get it to Pritchard. Way downtown.
Wow.
Got it!
Where the ball needs to go. Kispert spotted up in the slot on the weak side.
Inside to go. Oregon with that monstrous comeback last night.
Step to their man first. They step towards the ball. And that's a mistake against a jumping team.
Good look inside. Meanwhile, for Oregon, they need Mathis to get going. Not able to hit, but offensive rebound. Pritchard to follow and buries it.
Boy, he handled that one well. It was a short, fast pass to the box.
Pritchard from way deep. Oh, my goodness. Pierce took his eye off of it, and here comes Pritchard. Pritchard at the basket and in. What a 2 on the shot clock. Pritchard got a hoist. Corner.
Cannot make a shot. Cannot make a shot. They're using Keeling as a back screen shooter. Watch out.
For North Carolina. Pritchard crossover. Toss inside. Really.
Pritchard so shifty. Now Will Richardson. Three-pointer. Knocks it down.
Another chance at life here.
Yeah, and that's a big break because Okoro almost drew a second. Pritchard. Nice move. And
Altman, you want defense and rebounds right now.
That's what it's all about. I mean, unless you're Paul Westhead, you want Pritchard the rebound. Pritchard all the way to the rack. And Pritchard goes to work with 9 on the timer. The lob and the Walker. 10 on the timer. Pritchard goes to work against Bugs. Puts it up over him. And C.J. Walker kick it back out. Almost got himself out over a barrel. Pritchard knocks it down. Duarte batted it away as Carper tried to get it back to Bugs. Here's Pritchard all the way to the rack. Off the
Get your body into him and keep him off the boards. That created a second chance opportunity leading to 3 points for Hawaii.
Pritchard the lob and the C.J. Walker now new career high 13 points. Passing his previous high of 12 here. Lawson the rebound. Here's Pritchard all the way to the hoop.
Scooter College Player of the Year. That's their 3rd one.
That's right. Pritchard on the run right into. Pritchard comes out to get it late in the clock again for the Ducks.
Nice cross. Step back.
Step back. Jump. Livers once and again. Simpson throws it away right into the hands of Pritchard. So Payton attacks on Simpson.
But he's patient. They usually give it back to him at the end.
Here's Pritchard at the end. Late in the clock. 5 to shoot. Floater over Brooks.
He's got
Livers.
it.
Could have been the cylinder between the Ducks and the Wolverines.
Livers, they switch back now.
5 to shoot. Pritchard, runner.
Big time.
15 on the shot clock.
They're getting stuck late. Nice move.
Pritchard on stop. 2 minutes to go. Back to a 1-point game. Pritchard gives Simpson the slip. Floater. Spins Oregon down to the wire again. This one in December. Pritchard on Simpson. Pritchard. No call. Richardson picked up the dribble. Attacks on Simpson. In tight. The rim. Back into the hands of Pritchard. Hey,
look at this
chance. Over.
In overtime by this Oregon team.
Stephen F. Austin, where Danny Casper came on the scene. Beautiful play, Pritchard.
At the end of the shot clock for the Ducks.
Great defense, Evan Batty.
Pritchard gets into the paint, hangs and finishes. Boy, side of 10 for the Ducks. Here's Pritchard one-on-one against Wright. Pritchard goes behind the back, drives, and gets the foul for them.
Hesitation on the perimeter by Shakur.
Pritchard penetrates and did a good job. This is the number 4 team in the country. Held to 30 points and down 15 on the road.
Great play, Payton Pritchard.
Lost bound by Lawson off a Colorado mystery. Oregon can get it to single digits. Look at Pritchard. And up
all the way out on him. But somehow, some way, Timmy Allen gets by his guy almost every time.
Let's see if they do give the foul. Alfonso Plummer is in the game. There was the opportunity to do it.
That's surprising.
He let Pritchard get off. Okoro.
You figure when Carlson gets stronger, those will go in more.
Patterson yet. So they're basically playing with 8 so far in game 2 of their conference schedule. Dante from Pritchard. Nowhere to go. Payton Pritchard with only Booth Gotch back. This gets a 3 off short. Houston the rebounds. As we're back underway, Pritchard on the reload. Got it. Shot. Put in the hands of Pritchard against Ryland Jones. Rising for a long,
Completely flip a game around.
Houston doesn't want the 3. Pritchard does. That'll simulated, and Pritchard wins this round.
How about that?
Houston on the run, and the Ducks have...
We talked about Arizona being good offensively. Oregon is 11th in the country in shooting. Arizona's 10th, and the Ducks are 0 for 5 from the floor.
You're old enough to remember me saying offensive thing is that the big shot blockers for Oregon have been ineffective in this game. I mean, Francis Okoro, who's an excellent player.
Oregon trying to retake the lead here. Here's Payton Pritchard, who's 2 of 10 from the floor. He gets past 2 guys and say with a shot clock down to 5. Pritchard trying to drive on Mannion.
That's his
He
thing.
finally got into shooting.
Peanut butter for all. This game's going to overtime.
Pritchard, beautiful move, the dish to a... Richardson lost possession. Duarte keeps it alive, and it never changed possession. They have plenty of time on the shot clock, but it doesn't matter.
Just to get it back to Payton. Great defense, Nico.
Yeah, he's done a really good job against Pritchard. Is calling for it here. Shot clock down to 5. Pritchard falling away, ties the game at 6.
The game, let's see how much of a factor he is tonight against this big Oregon front line.
Right away, the Sun Devils went in. Excuse me, Pritchard. Well, that we see normally, and you could tell it was.
We knew this was coming.
Exactly. Well, that, hey, don't let that happen.
Yeah.
After an emotional game here Thursday, Pritchard will have to work under 10.
See, here's the thing. Confident. Will Richardson's confidence has skyrocketed this year for Oregon. Played well last Saturday. I had these guys at Utah.
4 for 4. That to me is reminiscent. It's just this year I'm noticing it with him of Jimmer Fredette.
But again, if you're penetrating and going forward, it's easy just to flip it up.
So Bobby Hurley for the moment keeps White on the floor with 4. Wow, Pritchard, beautiful. And Don Wild, Pritchard guards Martin, his house on Pritchard. And then Mitchell fouled out. Pritchard blow by. White challenges.
He has it roll out. Well, Richardson on the floor now for Oregon. Pritchard knocks it.
Forget about me, okay? He's a volume shooter. His shooting percentages aren't that great, but he's very jittery and hard to stay in front of. Number 10, Shakir Houston, has the most potential to be an elite defender. Speaking of defending.
Another turnover. Pritchard.
A completely different looking team right now is Washington State than what we saw.
You know, I'm sure he can catch a fade route. Goal line, red zone stuff.
Boy, Pritchard. With the helmet, Pritchard finally gets the ball. He's been working for 10 seconds trying to get it.
With 5 to shoot, steps back. And it's into the hands of Anthony Mathis. Mathis to Pritchard. Wow. 9 to shoot now. Pritchard pulls up. Bonton that hand.
He has the ball right now, just 2 so far in this game.
7 to shoot now. 5 to shoot. Pritchard. Oh! Pritchard. Pritchard, a lane violation coming. It goes through.
This zone keeps you outside. You got to attack the cracks. You got to flash. Duarte can attack. Kick it out. Oh, that is really deep. Inside and rims out for Lawson. Pritchard on top. What would you say? 3 out of 6? 3 out of 5? He's struggling. He's not going to have dinner. Pritchard. Deep one. Yes! The rim. Nice rebound. Lawson the board. He's played well. In a crowd. Kick out. That's his range. Pritchard. Duarte has it swatted by Stewart. Pritchard. Pretty. Wrap around to the jet. Minute 9 on the game clock. Pritchard. Look at how deep. Pritchard. Goes 7. Got to ride Lawson in that middle. He can find somebody, finish. Played an excellent game. Ooh. Pritchard. Caught next. 7 to shoot. finds Pritchard. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Pritchard has to hoist. Oh!
Here's Payton Pritchard in the lane, and Pritchard gets the first Ducks. Pritchard to the bucket. Payton Pritchard, the pull-up. USC right now.
They twins.
I know.
But he said growing up, you didn't take it easy on him, and he didn't take it easy on you. You guys went after it. Sky's the limit for this young guy.
And a pass thrown away. Shakur Houston. Pritchard lobs it. And
has not scored. Outside of turnover, he's been playing pretty good defense on Pritchard.
What a crossover by Payton.
Use time off the clock, and if there's reckless turnover, there you go.
The lob. Duarte.
That's a good matchup. Two seniors going at it.
Pritchard off balance and one.
A well-called game.
Elijah Weaver fumbles it away. Ahead for Chris Duarte, who finished.
Another. We've got ourselves a game for the last 5 minutes, Roxy.
Payton Pritchard skips down the lane. Picked up by Chris Duarte, and Oregon controls.
They've got numbers as well.
3-second differential between the shot and game clock as Pritchard ties the game.
And make them chase you. You've got to attack.
Pritchard off the inbound. 3.
Chris Duarte put up some stat line the other night in their win against USC. Pritchard.
UCLA, early in his career in particular, a lot of hours spent polypickling in the men's gym.
3 short. The run right now is 10-0 for the Ducks. Pritchard trying to extend it. Bursting ahead and laying it in. Pritchard left alone. Got it. Effort. He's put in a lot of work on it.
And this is an example. They're chipping away gradually.
So Smith with 5 now, coming off that 15-point performance against Oregon State on Thursday. Pritchard working hard in the lane. He gets it to drop.
Able to sustain that level.
Pritchard lays it off. There's Lawson.
Players often don't understand how important footwork is.
Lawson, what a
trouble. He still finds a way to beat you, and he does assist, as we all know.
The conference leader at assists. Pritchard somehow slithers. He has 2 points. He's only taken 3 shots tonight. Here's his 4th shot attempt.
Good defense.
Here's the freshman big matchup for a moment. Lawson and Tiemann. Pritchard and Bradley matched up. 2 of the best in the league. And Richardson comes out of it. So on the reach. Pritchard back to
Gals Brown's very active tonight.
There has been a great crowd, but
stopping the transitions sure dunked by a teammate.
Houston. Pritchard lets it fly. Stats simmer for a week, and then you come here and lose after leading in the second half. Pritchard up ahead to Richardson, and
Jay Walker fell on him after that layup. And Terry gave Stanford the lead. Deep 3.
That shoulder, that's what he was grabbing when he went down.
The lob and the finish.
That's right. Well, they're trying to turn you over, but if they don't, worst case for them, they've made you use some of the shot clock. Somebody lost their shoe.
Lucas Kasunas is shooting
all year, doubles every time the ball goes on the block. They got a second defender. Wow. What a surge by Stanford.
They were off a career high. He had 26 earlier this year against UNC.
Collins ain't tired, and what a great sign for Oregon State. Sometimes, and we saw it, where it just gets contagious. Arizona State's been strong.
But the 20 years previous to Wayne Tinkle, Oregon State went 9-34.
Point lead now for Oregon.
Payton Pritchard, a tough shot in the lane.
Deep 3.
Pritchard on the drive. And he challenged Kyler Kelly and finishes.
He's got good size. He's got good lift on that jumper. Why is he not going over the top of the Oregon guards?
Payton Pritchard challenge.
Wow.
Gets it up.
A little bit. They have all the physical pieces that they need
His transition pull-ups to back. There's Duarte who tipped it a fresh 22nd. Now Pritchard deep three. Pritchard left open, wants his third.
And that trailing jump shot, the one he just shot, that's his most effective weapon.
Now Pritchard already has 3 of them.
Pritchard just oozing from Brandon Carlson.
Pritchard. Pritchard. Up and under the... Walker couldn't hold on. Pritchard recovers. Under a minute to play.
Before that, please, this is a great conference this year. Teams are going to lose.
Just the facts, though. Got a point.
Kobe had spoken to the Oregon.
Round, we went to the playoffs.
Fantastic.
And then Bob Weiss, his second year, was out.
Incredible as well.
Pritchard with the pass. Bucket by...
For the challenge, the pressure that McKinley is putting on him defensively, I'd just like to see him much more aggressive, creating the offense. Limited big guys, but creating.
Pritchard's got it for Oregon.
This is where Payton's at his best.
He finds Richardson in transition. Richardson scores again. And it's pulled down by Houston. Pritchard in the open floor going 1-on-3. Gets the layup. What a Saturday night will be at UCLA. It's right down the street. Feel free to stop by.
I might just stop by, man.
Here's Pritchard with 4 on the shot clock. And
Fish will be here. Colorado can't get the ball in bounds on a dead ball situation.
Pritchard in the open floor gets the layup.
Mitchell, who's been a... Pritchard takes it right back away from Lawrence. And then Remy Martin just gets out of the way.
As the ball at his teammates' opponents. That will create the offense they're looking for.
Pritchard gets into the lane. Pritchard with the steal. Again, the Ducks able to force a turnover. Pritchard sizes it up. Hits a 3. They keep Remy Martin on Payton Pritchard.
Great step out, Romello.
Pritchard, long 3. Hits another one. It's a... Duarte gets
Great
Edwards.
defense, Rob Edwards.
Pritchard, way out. Another one. Conference in scoring and assists, being guarded by Mannion, who's number 2 in the conference in assists. And Arizona really struggling from the floor.
You don't like to have fun.
Pritchard driving, gets the this trying to shake Baker.
A lot of time.
3 seconds to shoot. Good defense by Baker. Pritchard off balance, got it anyway. Hit under the basket.
The guys who pick all this up, they don't like Gonzaga. I love Gonzaga.
Who doesn't like Gonzaga?
The guys who vote at number 2 when they're number 1.
Pritchard going to come back and get it with a shot clock at 9, being defended by Smith. Right in his grill. Pritchard gets into the lane. What a 4 for his last 8 from 3-point range over the last 3 contests. Pritchard from about 5 feet.
Charlotte, he's here looking at players, man. He's doing a great job with Charlotte.
Back to the game. Shot clock down to 13. Pritchard again from long range.
Okay, well, you know, I brought that into my pocket, so please be careful.
Pritchard did by a Coro. Duarte in the corner has it. Again, Pritchard pushing tempo, going right at Dylan Smith. And he gets...
Guard somebody.
Look at this, Coloco out on Pritchard.
That's fine. Coloco's going to make it do something tough. And he's got the lengths to stand up over the top of him. Great job, Coloco.
Pritchard gets it back. Coloco still on him. Pritchard over him. It's a 3.
Zeke. Oh, my gosh. It was
He's mistimed his jump. Pritchard on the attack. Mannion. And what a impact this season on the Wildcats. Everybody knows about their outstanding 3 freshmen, but Stone Gettings has been equally important. Pritchard from
offense wins. Come on, Dylan Smith, can you play defense here?
Pritchard gets it back. Lob for Houston. And Houston goes up strong and back.
Goes out defense. How about Clemson making a shot?
Pritchard able to get past Smith. Lobs it up there for Houston.
Nice job by Ethan Thompson, just staying with Pritchard, trying to just cover him, just occupy him.
Pritchard, fade back 3. One's off. Pritchard and Mathis with a 2-man game.
Oh, yeah, you get the easy offense.
Alley-oop. Pritchard thought about it. Pritchard steps in and the finger roll.
Maryland. Oh, yeah. It does. It reminds me of Adrian Grant.
Pritchard.
Shots up, plays within the offense.
Pritchard.
Terry was a tight end at Oklahoma, played with the Boz.
Pritchard knocks down.
Pritchard from way away.
Offense.
Pritchard high off the glass with Matthew Niederwiener.
Coach Altman was speaking to that.
Payton Pritchard. Potential turnover, but no hoop for Cal. Pritchard from way deep. Lawson with the runner, no good. Payton Pritchard with the rebound inside.
Good patience. You have a Payton Pritchard that can make a play inside of 10 seconds.
Pritchard got separation and hit short. Pritchard way deep. Payton Pritchard is a pretty great college player. Lays it in by Patterson and O'Connor. Pritchard in the corner. And now I'm looking forward to Corey Williams, and I will get, in all likelihood, New Mexico State, who's undefeated in that league.
Allen, you can't tell because they've been speeding up the healing.
Another assist for Pritchard is
one side. They often have all of the defenders for Stanford, at least on the center line. He can continue to add to his offensive repertoire. Got a chance to be special. Pritchard. Oh, three! Calling out his freshman point guard. He's talking to them en masse, saying, play through it, play tough. Pritchard, a steal.
Under 8 minutes remaining here in the first.
Dante. Further. Pritchard. So, the better atmospheres in Washington, Arizona. Maybe Utah loses the 3 of the best atmosphere.
Pritchard. Back in what would be a quadrant 1 win if they could come back and pull it off. Pritchard, another deep three. Pritchard has 20 points to lead all scorers so far tonight. Getting inside. And it counts. And he's fouled.